Hey guys, it's Matthew here. We are at another photo shoot for Stephen Rinaldi that we're doing in Woodbridge, and I just wanted to kind of bring you guys along with me again for behind the scenes vlog on how I shoot interior real estate photography and what's kind of involved. So we got the big 8200, we got the iPad going, we got the Sony going. I'm gonna show you what we do and how we do it. Come on. So I've already shot the front entrance. I've already shot the laundry room where all of our gear is. Let me show you guys something because I get this often. Why do I bring so much gear? Check it out. So this is kind of our work room. So you can see we got pretty much 2 bags, all of our gear, and we got everything that we got set up. We hide it all inside here so it's not in the way, but it's because we shoot multi-flash. We have tons of stuff that we like to integrate into our photos, and all that means gear. And one of the things that I found, just so you guys can see this, is this little gadget that I have here. And it's not from Tan Ranger, but it's a battery pack. And this battery pack basically has a Wi-Fi extender, which works for Sony only. So what happens is this basically is just USB. You plug that into here. I've already connected this to the Wi-Fi of the camera, which you have to go through an IP setting to do it. Once this gets on here, you're gonna see these signals, these lights light up. Once that happens, I will then be able to find this signal will transfer onto here and extend the range because this is 300. Oh, and there it is. So there we go. So we got it connected. I got extension on here, which is really great because I'm gonna then be able to take this when I go outside, and if I walk far away, I can still, trigger it. If I go upstairs, I can still trigger it. And it's also a lot faster when it's transferring. So I have that set up and that just slips into here and basically stays. One of the things that I do right away is I notice that the light fixtures have dimmer controls on them. So what I'll do is I'll end up having the dimmer usually set for halfway. Now, not only is that good for photography, but it's also good for video work. So you don't get a lot of blown out stuff. So I make sure I've already went around, I've already checked the dimmers are all set halfway. I'm gonna light everything up with my flashes to balance it out. But it really does help, especially with these light fixtures over here. It really does help without getting a lot of blown out images. I love it. And they're all the same colors, which is even better. All right, guys, so our first shot, we're gonna take, what we do is we take an ambient shot first. All right, so there's our ambient. Looks good. I'm seeing that really there isn't a lot of lights that are blown out, except for those. So I'm gonna bump this up to about 150. Yeah, that looks about right. So 1/40th. Now, I do have a flash in that room over here, so I usually carry around 2 flashes with me, the 8400 in my hand, and then I have a little strobe flash that goes over there, and that is how I can light up different rooms. So I'm gonna walk back over here. So we're gonna start at 1/8 power, and there you can see it change 1/8 power. So I'm gonna go up. There we go, fired off the flash, and that really brightened everything up. So I'm gonna go back and check. Looks good. So the only thing I'm gonna wanna do here is change a little bit of the shadow direction because it looks a little bit harsh through here. I could blend that in with the ambient as well. I'm gonna light this room up. I'm gonna stand here and do 1 shot here, and that's it. So the only last thing that I was looking at is I noticed that upstairs is very dark. So I'm gonna go and just light that up as well. And perfect. It's just very subtle, guys. It's just the littlest things, but you can see now I have it lit up here. So I'm gonna take that image versus that one. I'm gonna blend these all together, and that will even out a lot up. All right, guys, so that shot we actually got pretty lucky because there's just so much light right now, and the walls are nice and light. I really didn't have to put much flash. Actually, I didn't put any. But now we're getting into a room where we're dealing with some outside light that's coming in. I do want to see a little bit of that outside exposure, so I'm going to drop this down so that our setting is probably at 1/80th right now. Now, what I tend to do is I tend to aim fake tilt shift is I'll aim the camera slightly downwards because that helps show more of the floor, the carpet. I really don't want to see a lot of the ceilings. when you're using a lot of these big wide angle lens, you end up seeing a lot of the ceiling. So by tilting it slightly down and then correcting it in post, that's gonna really help change the perspective, so you're seeing kind of more downwards and more what's going on. So what I just noticed, and I wouldn't have seen it through that little lens, but I did see it because I have the iPad, is we got a little bit of a black streak that runs right there. So that black streak tells me there's something on my lens or there's something on the sensor. So we're gonna shut this off and take it apart. Don't see much here or here, but we're gonna go ahead and blow it out just in case. So most likely there's like some hair or something that was in there, so it's all fixed. All right, let's get started again. All right, that's it. So we're connected again. So I've pretty much shot this room, we're done. I'm going to take it down here into the next corner. Perfect, and that lit that up all nicely. The true colors stand out versus this one here. Here there's a lot more yellows and blues tones, but this is the actual true color and saturation color, so that's great. So that's it, we're done. So that takes care of that angle. All right guys, so we are now upstairs, and the first thing that you wanna do is you always wanna make sure you're capturing that foyer entrance so people can kind of see what it's like upstairs. But what I'm doing now is I had to put on a gel on my other flash because the yellow color that's up here doesn't match what my flash is. So it's very important that I'm gonna now use a gel. This, I believe, is a quarter CTO. And by flashing this with the light that's already here helps balance everything. So it's very important. We always make sure we try to balance our light colors with whatever we bring with whatever's in the house. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking different angles to give the prospective buyer an idea of what it looks like if they're in bed right now in their master bedroom and looking this way. We want to show them the doors are over there, the hallway to the washroom's over here. So it gives them a better perspective when they're looking at buying the house. They get to kind of see it in every direction. So we're always trying to take in the best angles that is right for the buyers. All right guys, so one of the things too that I like to do with my clients is I don't just take pictures, but I'm going to help them kind of make it look better. And I'm looking at this picture right now and I'm not too crazy about where the furniture is. One of the things that we need to do is we need to focus on helping the room look as big as possible and also the best as possible. So in this particular case, moving the furniture a little bit is going to help this case. In this situation, we're gonna move this bed. So this is a little bit too close to the camera and it makes it look very narrow here. So all I'm gonna do is, usually the realtor's here to help me. In this case, he's not. We're gonna move this to this wall over here. Look there, this carpet. Right there. I would go one step further and move this under there, but I can't because there's shelves, so I understand how it all works together. So let's get it back. All right. So that made a huge difference already as soon as we take a look at this. Yeah, I mean, that to me, that is making the room look a lot better. I'm not closed off with that back wall. So something as simple as that. They can always move it back afterwards, but for the sake of the pictures, we need to make it look as good as possible.